Hey guys, it's Caitlin here and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of a speed build. Now, I actually did complete the speed build last week on Sunday, I think, and I had it all edited by Monday afternoon and I was ready to do the voiceover and everything, and I didn't get around to it because we ended up having visitors over, so I never got to do the voiceover on Monday. However, I did give it a little bit of a shot on Tuesday, and I must say, when I was trying to do this voiceover for this video, it was absolutely terrible. I don't know why, but I was having so much difficulty trying to do a voiceover for this video. I did like, I don't really know how many, but I'm gonna say I did probably at least 7 takes by the end of it of a voiceover. I don't know, I just didn't like every single voiceover I did. The furthest I got actually was in like about 10 minutes, and I was like, oh, you know what, I'm just going to delete this and start again because it's just terrible. Most of the time when I do voiceovers, I can just do like 1 or 2 takes and it's all good. I mean, more often it's just 1 take because, I mean, of course, when I first started YouTube, it was like this and I couldn't really come up with, you know, a reasonable voiceover. I forgot the name for it just then, but yeah, I couldn't really come up with like good voiceovers and things like that. But of course that's a given when you're new because it's a whole new kind of experience that you're doing and you're not too sure. Excuse my voice, guys. It has been doing that all week. If you guys watched my my cast tag for the cast items I don't use that I was tagged by Balguru, you probably like heard my voice like croak out a couple of times. And yeah, that has been happening all week and I've got no idea why. It's so annoying because it's been doing it while I've been at work speaking to customers and everything like that, and yeah, it's just a pain. It's a real pain, but we're just going to soldier on and hopefully it doesn't do it too much in this video. If it does, don't mind it, guys, just pretend it didn't happen. So yeah, that's pretty much why this video is a little bit late. Also, I've actually, that's not the only reason why it's a little bit late. I've also had a few things going on in my personal life and I didn't really feel up to doing voiceovers. I've also been very, very busy at work because I worked Monday through to Friday, and so today is my first day off for the week, so I'm quite tired. I did have a very, very big sleep in this morning though. I think I woke up at like 10:30 and usually I wake up at 7 to get up and get ready for work, so I feel like 10:30 is a good little sleep in there, and yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm not as tired. Already got my chores done because every Saturday we have chores, because if you don't know already, I am living with my parents. I did move out, but I moved back in due to financial reasons. I couldn't afford living you know, out of home, so I had to move back in with the folks, and yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. So with the speed build, let's talk a little bit about the speed build. So I was sort of inspired by a couple of things with the speed build. I wasn't really having that much of a creative week. I find when you do a lot of speed builds as a YouTuber, or just, you know, as a simmer in general, if you like to build a lot, you do have those little moments where you're just not having any creative moments, and I felt like that this was one of those weeks. So I had to take inspiration from other places, and so it came from a couple of places, one of them being from Delicacy. Now, if you guys watch Delicacy, one of her most recent speed builds was this. It was kind of like a beach house. I can't remember what she called it. Let's just try and find it on YouTube, shall we? It had like this big open space underneath with all these railings and things, and if you've seen it, you can already tell that right now I'm like kind of mimicking the idea she did, but I'm using it as a fence rather than I guess the way that she used it. And what was it called? I'm trying to search it so that you guys can actually like look it up and like know exactly what I'm talking about if you haven't seen it. Okay, channels, Delicacy. Where is she? Has so many. So modern elevated family home. yeah, so that's the one there, and it looks really cool actually. Now that I'm looking at her little thumbnail, it looks pretty cool. Even though I've watched it already. But yeah, if you've seen that video, you'll kind of see that I sort of mimicked her idea, but I did it out the front and just as a little fencing. Like, it in no means has copied her build at all. I've just used it as a little bit of fencing, I guess. The second lot of inspiration, because there's about 3 different ideas that kind of brought this house together, because I wanted to do like a pastel goth house, and I know I've mentioned this in another video that I want to do pastel goth, but that proved to be quite difficult, because although we've got pastel colors in the game, they're often mixed with whites, and I felt like the white with the pastels was not ideally, like, I'd prefer it to be black with the pastel. So I don't know, I just felt like it wasn't really working, that idea, because I did try it, but I felt like it wasn't working. So instead we went black and white on the outside of this house, and we just went all pastel and white pretty much on the inside. There's going to be like a lot of blues, a lot of pinks, I think we've got a few like kind of aqua, I don't know if it's called aqua, but it's like greeny blue. I'm just going to call it aqua. I probably don't even know, but I'm just going to call it that anyway. Yeah, so we've got a few of that on the inside. Like this color here. Yeah, this is the color I'm trying to talk about. Like, it's like greeny aqua blue. I don't know. You guys can see what I'm talking about anyway. But yeah, we did use Delicacy. Like, Delicacy did another build that was pretty recent. It was like the unicorn inspired build where she did everything like pastel and you know, pink and girly, or not pink, sorry, pretty and girly, and very soft colors, and you know, everything like that, and it looked really, really cool. But she, you know, I felt like when I was doing this that the walls were kind of like too basic, just having a pastel color plastered over them. So, you know, I decided to use Delicacy's idea. If you've seen that build, she's kind of gone for like different colored stripes of pastel on one wall, or different tones and things like that, and I thought it looked really cool, so I decided that I would adopt that idea into this build. And although I didn't like completely hardcore go pastel like in Delicacy's build, I think it's okay. Like, it does kind of add a little bit, I think. I mean, this house is pretty basic in a sense, so there's not too much happening, but yeah, that's pretty much the inspiration to this build. Oh yeah, actually, the style of the house was also inspired by some of the houses in my neighborhood. If you've been, you know, following along my videos for a while, you'll probably know that I am at the moment living in an area that is being developed. There's lots of houses being built, and you know, so most of the houses here range from 2, like, you know, the oldest house is probably in my neighborhood about 2 years old, and so some of the houses I decided to take a little bit of inspiration from. And this house, you know, there's plenty of houses in this area that are built up kind of like this house. I wouldn't say exactly like this build, but they're very similar in the style, with the 2 slanted roofs on the outside. I have been actually wanting to do a build like this for a while as well, but I don't know, I always feel like it's too basic. Like, on the outside there's no visual interest, I guess, or like, it just doesn't, it's what's the word, it's not exciting to the eye. Like, you look at it on the outside and it just looks like a house. It's not really exciting. It's pretty just basic. I mean, you can make it look awesome on the inside, but if it looks basic on the outside, then I find it's kind of a boring build. Like, I find that happens a lot, actually. You can make houses look really, really nice on the inside, and you see the outside and you don't understand what's going on there. But I think I managed to sort of pull it off with this build. I hope I pulled it off, and I hope you guys like this build. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. It's I think it would probably be for like a teenage daughter and 2 parents, because of course there's a girl's room and it's not exactly child, but you could have a child in there as well. I just felt like it was more sophisticated. Like, even though it's all pink and girly, I felt like it was more sort of sophisticated pink and girly. So here we are going into the parents' bedroom. You know, this actually could even be like a flatmate, like two flatmates, and one's like, let's say one of the flatmates is relatively younger, like, I don't know, 19 or something. I'm pretty sure 19-year-olds would still be into the whole pink sophisticated look. And then the parents' room, or the older flatmates' room, is like a blue pastel colour, and we bring in, you know, those different toned walls here, and I think it looks really, really cool. I like it. I really do like it. Now I went with black floorboards. Great. Floorboards is a word, Caitlin. You should put it in the dictionary. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I do often make up like random words on accident while I'm doing voiceovers. I'll muck up a word and it'll turn into a new word. So that's our new word, guys. It's going to be floorboards. Yeah, floorboards. Yeah, but anyway, that was probably a really dry joke. It's actually quite funny. Well, not really, but I like to think that sometimes I'm funny, or sometimes things I say are funny, but amongst my friend group, I am known to be funny because I'm not funny. And, you know, I would say that's true. A lot of the times I will try to crack a joke and nobody will laugh until I laugh. Like, if I'm laughing, people will start laughing, but usually it's not because of my joke they're laughing. It's usually because they're laughing because I thought what I said was funny and they just find it funny. And to be honest, I don't really mind that people find that funny. I mean, because I know that my jokes are lame, so it's all good with me if people find it lame as well. But yeah, I mean, sometimes when I do these videos, I actually think like, oh, how can I be entertaining when I'm not funny? Because I know a lot of YouTubers are funny, or they've got like interesting stuff happening in their life. But at the moment, like, I'm not funny, and all I do is go to work and like stay home and do videos and things like that, because it's a new town either, so I don't really have any friends in this town, so I don't have anybody to go out with and hang out with, so I pretty much just stay home and do videos all the time and go to work, and that's pretty much my life at the moment. I do, however, I decided this morning that I would do a little Google searching for, you know, prices for flights. It's always been an interest of mine to go traveling, and I don't know, recently I've just really felt like doing that. Like, I know it's something I want to do, but I feel like it's a goal that I want to actually make happen, because I also want to do vlogging, and I've been mentioning this over a few of my videos now because I really, really want to do it, but I think it'd be really cool if I could vlog while I was traveling. And of course, I mean, that would mean that I would have breaks in between like my YouTube videos, but I don't think I'd be one of those constant travelers where they would spend 3 months away going to all these different countries. I think for me it would be one country at a time, go for maybe like 2 weeks or something, and then come home, save up for the next trip pretty much, or I don't know, maybe make one trip a year overseas. I don't know, it would be a cool thing. I think the reason I've been getting into, you know, the idea of traveling a lot more recently is because I do watch a lot of vlogs myself, and usually the vlogs I do watch tend to be people who are traveling. I mean, the main person I watch Mikey Bustos. I'm probably saying that wrong, but he's a Canadian Filipino. Well, I mean, like, his nationality is Filipino, but he was raised in Canada, and he lives in Manila, and because of his job he travels everywhere, and I don't know, I just really enjoy watching his vlogs and seeing all the countries he goes to. I think over the past month he's been to Japan, he's been to Qatar, Dubai, LA, Japan. Oh, I already said Japan, didn't I? But he's been everywhere, and I don't know, like it makes me really want to go and see those places. Like, I already had an interest in going to LA, and going to Dubai, and going to Japan. I already had interest in those 3 places. I never actually had any interest going to Qatar, but after seeing his vlogs, it honestly looks like a really, really nice place. I mean, I don't know, it's so clean in his vlogs. Everything looks so clean. Of course there's like a lot of heavy rules there, and I know that would put like a lot of different people off traveling to certain places because of the rules, but I honestly don't see any issues with rules. I mean, as long as you're abiding by the law of the land, I think you're totally okay. You know, you're good. I mean, I think the main thing is because there's a lot of like over in countries like that, they do have a lot of rules regarding their women, and if you accidentally break the rule, you know, there could be consequences. Like, but I feel like they wouldn't be like, in this day and age, they're not going to be so heavy on that, because there is this, I know when I was watching his vlog, he mentioned that you are not allowed to look at a woman like in the eyes, and he said, I mean, he mentioned that he would forget and sometimes have to remind himself, or somebody else would have to remind himself, because, you know, it's like a natural human instinct kind of thing to do, just to look at random people passing by, and it tends to usually be with eye contact, because you don't want to, you know, I don't know, but he had to, you know, pull himself up on that a few times. But I feel like, yeah, what I was saying is I feel like in this day and age, they wouldn't come down so hard when they see a tourist walking around who's accidentally done it. I mean, I think it would be a different story if you were one of the people who were, you know, one of the people, I don't know what people from Qatar are called, like, you know how you got Japanese people, I don't know what people from Qatar are called, Qataranese, I doubt that's even the thing, but I don't know what they're called. So yeah, I don't know if you guys get what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty sure you guys do. I mean, I know you guys are all pretty little smart cookies. Actually, that reminds me, when I was in high school, me and my friends, we had to come up with a name for our little group in science, and I don't know where it came from. It was like a joke or something, like an inside joke, and we named our group the Smart Cookie Monsters, I think. I honestly don't remember where it came from at all. I can't remember at all, but yeah, we called our group the Smart Cookie Monsters, and I've remembered it ever since. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Yeah, I don't really have much to actually talk about today. As I was saying, I've been struggling with these voiceovers, and I think it's mainly just because I haven't actually done a full voiceover in probably 2 weeks now, so I'm a little bit rusty. I've done like short little ones for cast videos and stuff, but I haven't done super long ones, so I'm hoping that this isn't too bad of a voiceover, and I'm hoping it doesn't put anybody to sleep. I definitely will admit to this being a very bad voiceover, or it's like a bad hair day, but it's a bad voiceover day. It's a bad voiceover week, actually. But yeah, I think for that very reason, I am going to cut this voiceover here and let you guys watch the rest of the video. There's only about a minute or two to go, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this build, and if you did, please remember to hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, then remember to subscribe as well. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will speak to you all next time. Bye!